Now we move on to our next news. Japan's Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba apologized after his ruling coalition lost control of the upper house in Sunday's elections. In a press conference, Ishiba accepted the harsh judgment and promised to stay in office to address pressing issues like U.S. tariffs talks, rising prices, and Japan's security challenges. His party, the Liberal Democratic Party, won 47 seats, falling short of the 50 needed for a majority. Opposition leader Yoshihiko Noda is considering a no-confidence motion against the Prime Minister's government. Let's have a look at what the Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba had to say.
の優位な同志の方々、議席が得られなかったということは痛恨の極みであります。自由民主党総裁として心より深くお詫びを申し上げる次第でございます。私どもはこの結果について謙虚に真摯に受け止めなければならない。私ども自由民主党は極めて厳しい国民の皆様方のご審判をいただきました。今般の選挙結果に対する重大な責任を痛感しながらも、政治を停滞させないよう、漂流させないよう、地方の皆様方の声も丁寧に真摯にお聞きをしながら、比較大党としての責任、そして国家国民の皆様方に対する責任を果たしていかねばならない、このように。
For this discussion, we are joined by Stefan Nagy. He's a professor at International Christian University, joining us live from Budapest. Thank you, Professor, for joining us today. Good to see you. Now, Prime Minister Ishiba has admitted to the harsh judgment from voters. And what does this reveal about the current state of Japanese politics and the public's trust in the government?
Well, this election followed the upper house and the failing of Prime Minister Ishiba to really deliver a concrete and victory is not only a statement on his poor leadership this time around, but he also lost in the lower house elections back in October 2024. So this is a track record. It's not an exception, and it demonstrates that the Japanese public are looking for leadership that can deliver economic results, security, and present a vision for Japan moving forward in the future. Lastly, and I think importantly, this is not only a statement of confidence in Ishiba nationally, but within the LDP, there is great dissatisfaction with his policy choices, both with regards to the United States and China. And because of this, I think that he will not be around in the coming weeks moving forward.
And Professor, now he has said that he will stay in office as he has U.S. tariffs talks coming up. Now, how is Japan's economic situation compared to Europe's, especially in terms of inflation and tariff-related concerns?
It's serious. If this was a business, he would have been fired, restructured out of his position. Inflation is up, wages are flat, and this follows almost 30 years of general stagnation within the economy. In this sense, since his election back in September 2024, Prime Minister Ishiba really hasn't nudged the Japanese economy moving in a better direction. And the tariffs that are likely to be applied on August 1st are going to impact Japan's signature industries, in particular the automobile industry, which really is represented in a very large way within Japan's GDP. In this sense, I think Prime Minister Ishiba's clock is really ticking quicker and quicker, and he's likely to lose his position as the president of the LDP, the Democratic Party. And as a result, we're going to see a new prime minister come in the coming weeks to take over and reset the negotiations with the United States and likely reset the relationship with China as well.
And in Europe, we have also seen several governments struggle with public discontent recently. And how do you think Japan's political landscape compares to European democracies in handling voter dissatisfaction, especially in terms of accountability?
What we're seeing globally, and this is included in Japan, is that the economies are not working anymore for the middle class. We see great amounts of wealth being amassed in the upper part of the economy, and people being impoverished in the middle class in lower parts of the economy. This is only going to increase with introductions of new technologies such as AI, but also as the global economy starts to restructure its supply chains away from China. And this means that inflation is with us for 10 to 15 years. In this sense, I think the vote against the ruling Democratic Party is consistent with other political movements around the world, whether it's the United States and the Magna movement, or the liberal minority in Canada, or the minority in Australia, and of course in the EU. Many citizens are looking for a government that can deliver economic change, prosperity, and sustainability in their economies in the wake of these really fundamental changes in how the global economy is going to work. In this sense, Japanese are not only in voting against the ruling party, but they're voting for change. The question is what change is going to what change is going to come, and if those new political parties that have emerged, or these more right-leaning political parties, are able to deliver the economic goods that ordinary citizens are longing for. This is a really difficult question to answer today, but the evidence suggests that nobody has the solution for the economic challenges that we're facing today.
Thank you very much.